And you know what that means. It's AEW Live Review on YouTube Live with AltJake and George. Hello, everybody. We are back and live here on YouTube. I am AltJake. You're watching AltJakeTakesOn. Here with my buddy George for another Dynamite Live Review. How you doing tonight, my friend?
Doing good, sir. How are you on this fine Halloween Eve?
I'm like, would this be like, yeah, like the Halloween Eve or Hallows Eve? Yeah, no, I'm excited about it. It should be a fun. SmackDown should be funny tomorrow with it. And there's AEW with the Fright Night stuff with it. I mean, it's the 1 weekend or 1 week a year that everybody's gonna do it, and then on Monday it'll be Christmas.
Yeah. I started seeing Christmas ads on TV yesterday. And
yeah,
almost threw something at my television.
Where was I? I ran a bunch of errands yesterday, and one of the places I went into, I heard Christmas music, and it was just like, oh, come on.
No Christmas music yet, dude.
I know the places don't care. No, I saw a thing. I think it was on X. I think it was on X today where I saw it, where starting on the 25th, from the 25th till now, Mariah Carey's already had like 500,000 streams of All I Want for Christmas. It's like, yeah, no. Hey, people love it. I get it. I'm not the biggest, like,
don't forget there's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and I'm not the biggest holiday guy. I don't hate them. I'm just not like a super holiday person, and Halloween's, it's fun, but I've never been too crazy about it. I've done some good costumes in my time.
I never bothered with it at all.
Yeah, I did. I mean, it was fun for a while.
As a kid, yes, but, you know.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was probably my late teens and early 20s. I probably stopped in my mid to late 20s. No, I probably stopped in my early 30s. I used to go to Vegas for it.
16.
No, you missed that. There was nothing better than like bar Halloweens, like especially too when they would do like costume contests.
Yeah,
that was always fun. Oh no,
I'm afraid Halloween at a bar, and I'm afraid the night before Thanksgiving at a bar.
Best nights to meet ladies when you were a single man.
Also best night to get caught driving while intoxicated.
That's what cabs are for. Well, I'd never.
Don't forget my time period. Not that I'm condoning it, children and kids out there, but back when we were youngsters in my 20s, drinking and driving was not exactly looked down upon. Let's say with that.
Yeah. Hey, I was. Yeah. No, I was. There was a local cab service here that if you called a cab later at night, like in between, like, I think it was like 11 and 2, because 2 was our last call, or when bars would shut. If you took a cab home within 24 hours, they would give you a free cab ride back to help people out. That's what I always did. Fucking discount cab, baby. But
us in the real people bars were 4 o'clock in the morning for us.
Real people bars?
Yeah.
Just where you happen to be for location. I
am, dude.
I've spent plenty of time in Chicago where there's places that wouldn't.
Don't worry about it.
Oh no, one of my best friend lives in Brooklyn, and like anytime I would go out to visit her and hang out and party, I was like, yeah, we'll party at like 1 o'clock. Like, dude, I'm tired. I can't.
Yeah.
It's great though for the people that do have to work later and can go out and do something. I know, like when I worked at the record store, we closed at midnight, and that was back when Arizona closed bars at 1, and they made me a shift manager when I was 19, because I was the only person that if I closed at midnight and got out of work at 12:30, I wasn't going to miss last call because I wasn't going to the bar anyway. But
yeah, there you go. Perks.
Yeah.
Perks.
No, right. Now the only time I really loved Halloween was going up to Las Vegas for it, because it's like an hour flight from here. That was fun, and I would do it easy. All I would do was the Dos Equis guy. Spray paint my hair and beard with the gray stuff, wear a suit, carry a bottle of Dos Equis. Easiest costume ever, baby.
Speaking of easy costumes,
right? I was just gonna say, I'm really just stalling until we have to just dive into
we're working our way into this. Oh,
yeah, with the Fright Night.
Can I just say I started off my night very disappointed before Dynamite even
that's
went
what
on.
I was waiting to get you to. Yeah.
So I'm actually on Tony Khan's Twitter page. I'm on there waiting, and at 5 minutes to the hour before it starts, he tweets out, the card and stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, waiting, because I know we enjoyed that last week. It was fun.
Oh, it's great.
And I got nothing. And I was pissed all night.
I know, and you text me like because like last week it was great content. It was fun for us to do. You just let me know about them, and I made sure to have them ready. But I would just live react with everybody live here on the show, and yeah, bummed. I guess I mean I know he doesn't do it every week, but I also kind of felt like this was a show. And you hate to say it, but it's kind of similar to like when they knew they were going up against NXT and they just kind of put a show together and didn't really care. I feel like they knew they were going up against the World Series and like an important game in the World Series, the pivotal game 5 in any 7-game series when it's 2-2. The game.
Well, I was disappointed because I thought for sure Tony come on dressed like Time Cop.
Oh man, I didn't even think about that. We could have had Tony in some sort of costume. Oh man,
Time Cop on his door or something. It was weird. Like I saw that in passing. I don't remember where I saw it, but I had Tony Khan and Time Cop on his nameplate. I'm like, what?
Oh man, and like what is that costume anyway? I mean, it's just like a jumpsuit and like the mullet and
it don't matter.
Gun strap, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's.
I got robbed last night. But.
Yeah, no, and we got robbed for content here. When we did that last week, the first thing I told you after we wrapped, I was like, "That's the best way we've opened a show yet." It was just going in with Tony because it's funny to watch. I mean, man.
So here's a weird thing. You remember what was it, about 2 years ago when every Dynamite opened with Orange Cassidy?
Yes.
And their ratings were so high because of Big Bang Theory.
Yes.
And I thought we were past that. However,
we are not.
We opened with Orange Cassidy and a cluster F of matches.
This is the reason why.
I'm sorry.
This is the reason. One of the reasons I love you, George, because literally, like I made sure to get a picture of that because it's the second note or my third note is, oh God, we have Orange Cassidy opening the show again, and it definitely was 2, maybe 3 years ago because it was when I would still occasionally try to watch and pay attention. Like I hadn't watched most of last year and any of this year until we started doing this because I just had given up. And then this is just like and I'm a big fan of the Pixies. I've seen them live many times. I love that song. Fight Club was one of my favorite movies. That song ends that movie, and just no. He doesn't. Oh God.
I was surprised.
And then to go from that, and then
Bucks.
You have Darby coming out right afterwards. It's just like that's. I mean, I hate to try to like sound like Cornette, but it's like you're not going to get Darby more over as a babyface by teaming him with the company mascot. I know there's people that care.
I know what I wanted to bring up to you.
What's up?
Last week when we were talking about the show, I kept mentioning stuff that I couldn't think of how to phrase it. Like I kept saying to you, just give me something.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned Cornette, so it made me think of it. Cornette said on his show when he was reviewing Dynamite, he said, just give me consistency. And I couldn't think of the word consistency last week. And I was like, that's what I wanted to say because it's the most non-consistent stuff. And they tried. I could see where they tried here, but it wasn't very consistent.
Well, and the other problem is who they're wrestling. I mean, I know that Darby and Orange Cassidy are bigger, but this match, I'm sorry. All I could think of at the start of this match was we represent the Lollipop Guild.
Where'd the Bucks come in?
They came in a little bit later.
This too, weren't they?
No. This wasn't that. That's the other tag match. That's the tag match to see who faces Brodito at the.
Oh my god!
No.
No, that's
That it comes up pretty quickly. It goes this match and then Don Callis and the Bucks, and that's the next match. But this is the match that opened the show. Was just these four.
The AEW
mini.
They ran through the arena. Okay.
Yeah. And like in the AEW minis, like it's just. Who's over 5'8" in this? And I'm not a tall person. I'm not 6'4". I get like I'm 5'10", 5'11", whatever I am. Like, God, this just drives me insane.
I just want to say also, I'm from Buffalo, and I do not condone Daniel Garcia in the least bit. Sorry.
You don't claim him?
No.
I don't blame you on that one. That's right.
They try though, man.
They tried.
Wheeler, you'd have been pushed. Oh
I'm
God,
so glad
dude.
you said that, because literally that's my next note. And the way I do my notes is I'll do a decent amount, but then I'll like star the ones that I want to make sure I say. These two guys, what's the difference from in where they are right now, middle card lackeys essentially, to where they were, what was it, 2-3 years ago when they had that feud and people were like, Rock Austin, man, their AEW's rocking Austin. Like, no, they're fucking not.
Well, technically they're in the main event heel group.
But they're the lackeys. They're the fumblies.
Well, you asked the question. I'm going to give you the answer.
Yeah, all right. I know. Well, then at best, they're X-Pac and Road Dogg.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not.
That's fine.
They're not rocking
I'm sure they'll take that, dude.
Oh, I
would take that.
They would. They would take being Kai and Ty. And I mean, like, I know Kai and Ty could work, but how they were booked, I mean, these guys are booked way stronger than they should. I mean, although, they did get the crap kicked out of them. You knew that was going to happen. I don't understand.
If they come out next week and yell choppy pee pee, I'm going to start laughing. That's all I'm going to
say. Well, and I also thought like this was kind of crappy of how they did it with, Yuta taps out and he learned that from John Moxley tapping out to the Scorpion Deathlock. Like, I feel like there's lines are written by Tony Khan, and that was one of them. Just, oh my God.
Yeah, that was odd.
Yeah, it just writes it. I don't know.
So you're telling the audience he learned from how to quit, learned from his master how to quit. I don't understand.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Basically, and that's what they're trying to show. That's how the cracks are gonna, how the Death Riders will eventually turn on Moxley, is they'll finally realize, that he's, the charlatan that's full of crap and leading them down the primrose path. But like that's what because he quit. I mean, he's lost a bunch of matches. He tapped out to Hangman too. It's not like this was anything that special, but they're making it that special. I don't know.
What happened to Moxley going on vacation? Remember? That was like 2 years ago. Remember we heard the rumor Moxley's going to go on vacation because he's been working his ass off for the company, which he was. But
was that long ago? That
at least a year and a half ago, at least.
Was
the Death Riders came up?
Was it because CM Punk left?
No.
Okay, well, it wasn't that long ago. I'm trying to think. No, because I remember that. I do remember that. And then he came, and I just remember
he was scheduled to go on vacation.
Right. And I think he went on the vacation, and then something happened, and he came back.
Somebody got hurt.
I don't. I don't know. Man, I literally was wondering how long ago it was, because Punk was only 2 years. Was it that long ago? I mean, because Punk left.
It might be around there then.
Right. Punk left September 2023. Is when Punk leaves and comes back and comes to WWE October, November. I'm just you said year and a half. It could have been 2. But I know you're exactly right. There was like, hey, and I feel like not only was he scheduled to go on vacation, he actually went and then didn't. I don't remember.
See, that I don't remember, but I remember the schedule.
I thought he went for like a week or 2 and then came back.
I don't think he was off. I don't know.
I don't know. I really do not know.
Well, if you're listening to this out there, throw it in the comments.
Right, let us know.
Pop up, whatever you want to do. I'd appreciate that because I don't remember.
Yeah. No, yeah. And then fucking old. I mean, good. I'm glad the baby faces won for the crowd.
Speaking of the crowd,
yes.
Interesting reactions throughout the night for me, because they would just pop for the big spots and that was it.
Yeah.
Like there was maybe for the entrances once in a while, but there wasn't a lot going on.
Yeah, weird. and every time I know that like the most of the AEW crowd is like, the single white guy kids. I just like this was like very like all I saw were dudes from the ages of like 16 to 35,
right.
Of different races, sizes, and like just I
think we were right. Denisha seems to believe what we were saying when CM Punk left.
All right,
came back.
I thought so. Yeah, and I know it was all. And that's the other thing too, is like he's done this a couple of times where Mox is supposed to leave, come back. I don't know. And I know like the rehab thing.
Even if you like him or you don't like him, he has been out there working. He's on every show. He's been on every show for at least 2 years now, right?
That's what it feels like.
Since that time, he's been on the show every week.
Yeah.
So like I said before, him, Monet, give him a vacation. Just give him 2 weeks off.
I mean, I don't want to go back to we're not like a Jim Cornette tribute show, but I mean, one of the best lines he has is, "How can I miss you if you won't go away?" Like,
well, they're not going to go away long. So
I don't even say, but even any, but you said it. Like, I'm not even saying they got to go away for a long period of time, but like 2-3 weeks, like take a little vacation.
Recharge the batteries. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen how much a pop will pop for people to return. You got to go away to return. Hook shouldn't cut promos.
This was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell they did this a few times. I feel like I don't know.
There's a couple things throughout the night they did a few times. Trust me on that, because there's a couple things we're going to touch on, I'm sure, later on that had to be done at least 4 or 5 times at least.
Yeah, no, they spend all day in that arena cutting that out early. But this, and then
at least they have a door.
Well, and then when Hook left at the end, they had in the background somebody dressed up in the Marshmallow Man costume that Hangman wore a couple years ago when they did that thing when he attacked the Bucks.
Yeah, that set up the premise for
That was. Hey, I mean, I'll give them credit that they had a running theme throughout the show.
Yeah.
Just woof. No, and then what happened after this was then it cuts to the Bucks with Renee Paquette, and then Don Callis interrupts him and says he set up an entrance for them, and then there he met. This is where they had another production gaffe though, because Don is live to the arena, but since he's backstage, he doesn't know it. And then he starts to announce and then thinks he's not live and starts it over again. Ladies and gentlemen, the Young Bucks, and gives them pyro and fire and stuff. And I mean, because he wants him to join the family, but I mean, this is how they're they're turning the Bucks very ever so slowly babyface to.
Can't we just call them the Bucks, please? Like you just did.
Yes, they're not young anymore. I'm sorry.
That's no slap against them. It's just
it's
they're 40.
Yeah, that's why we all get older. Hey, you get older until you don't, so you definitely want to continue to get older.
Notice the Hardy Boys are not called the Hardy Boys anymore. They're called the Hardys.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Same with the Dudley Boys or the Dudleys. Yeah, just call them the Bucks. I'm not saying you got to change it completely. Just
because.
Bucks. And then this was
it's Matthew and who?
Nick. Matt and Nick.
Nick seriously got to do some with the hair and just cut it off.
Yeah. I feel like it's one of those things that you hear sometimes from guys that go bald that they were like, yeah, I lost a bet and had to shave my head and it just never grew back.
That's fine. Just shave your head because he's the younger of the two, isn't he? Or the older?
Yes, as far as I know, the balding one is the younger one, is my understanding. Yeah. But that was the lead up into this match.
This was the cluster of.
This was and these are these matches where it's like, 2 people in and this was the 4-way fight, but it was everybody just But
this was confusing, very confusing,
right? Because they're teams, or is a 4-way fight, so it's everybody for themselves. But and then winners face Brodito at Full Gear. Like, okay,
see, here's the problem. I have, and I'm sure anybody that pays for a ticket would have. Who do you watch? Who are you going to watch?
I think you just got. Do you pick a team or just like is it like you just pick a zone? I'm just going to watch this part of the ring. Yeah. Whatever happens here, I'm going to watch here.
You got You have if you and I are sitting next to one another. I'm watching FTR fighting the Young Bucks. I'm looking straight ahead. You're talking. Yeah. You're looking over there at Jurassic and Jet Speed. And Joe Blow next to me is looking at something. It's so hard.
There's way too much going on. And then also too, I mean, what you got 8 guys in there and all but 3 of them are going to be doing completely flippy and jumpy and it was just too much. And then we had
that was good.
I forgot about the goat head. That was nice. Like, don't make people remember this. Just pretend that didn't happen. You went away to the jungle. You left as a jungle boy and found yourself and became a jungle man.
I wouldn't mind if he went back to the loincloth and shaved his beard. If you're going to go back, just do it. Because they were over. The crowd loves them.
And they still do it, the music. I feel like that's Jurassic Express. This new, like this version here is Jobtastic Express. Like they're just, I don't know. It's just goofy. And then, the match was fun. It had its moments, but you knew what it was going to be. Oh, yeah, right? I thought, I'll give the AEW site credit. I was able to get some shots from the AEW photos page. I did think this was a good picture.
Got the one flipping in the front,
yeah,
one jumping in the back.
Right. If you want to sum up the match, kind of in like one picture, really quick. I mean, that was pretty much it. It was fine.
Yeah,
FTR winning was
go back to that for a minute.
Oh, you
should. What's that one for a sec? Yeah. I never liked the fact that these, like, you can see Nick with his hands up, ready to catch him. I don't like
and Cash.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that on the stuff, right.
I'm with you 100%. No, and that was honestly so. When we talked about it, when we first started doing this show, the live show, and just the entire channel in general, about because we knew coming into it we were going to kind of sound like AEW haters because we're past the point where we've kind of given up, but we're still going to try. But the things back a couple of years ago that really started to eat at me with the company, because I was trying to ignore the red flags, especially when WWE was bad. But when everybody got all heated at JR because he was not made fun of this, but just kind of called this out.
Quail thing.
Yeah. And it was. And because, okay, if you do this once a show or once a month, it's not as bad. But they do it 3 or 4 times a show usually, and especially back then. And then the Hangman line about, I don't listen to.
Yeah, but how hard is it to act like you're still fighting?
Right.
And just look at the corner of your eye, look up in the air and see him coming, then turn around and.
Yeah, or even like.
So obvious. That's all.
Like designate one of the Bucks there. Well, like, yeah, you're having a fight, but one of the Bucks is kind of like turned and paying attention, and he's gonna have like a say something or like, you know, give some sort of Iggy, and then at the end, yeah, no, they're all
peripheral vision. We all got it.
Yeah, no, and it's yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I was surprised FTR won just because I'm not sure. I guess with them, I thought they were going to be more of like doing a program with the Bucks to help turn them babyface.
I didn't think they were going to win either.
Right. I thought it was going to be more of FTR versus the Bucks to become, you know, so because you can clearly tell they're turning the Bucks babyface.
I don't. Who knows, dude?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
but I don't like if you're going to be a heel tag team like these guys, have Stokely be more of a heel manager, please.
Yeah,
because when he was in NXT, I didn't.
Michael Bivens,
yeah, I didn't like love his character, but I got pissed at him once in a while because he was a smug little prick.
Right, and he would get involved in stuff. I don't know what it is about AEW, but I guess they just have too much interference in general, maybe. But the heel managers, not that there's a lot of them now, but I mean, Callis and Stokely, they both go on the mic for the matches.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Well, Stokely does at least bring some life and comedy into it with Excalibur and Danielson, but you can also tell he's like, I can't make this any better. All I'm doing is adding chocolate sauce to some poo. Parts of it might taste a little better, but it's still poo.
Yeah, I don't normally do this during the show, but Boris, thank you so much for joining us.
I just saw that. I was like, hey, I haven't seen Boris in forever. What's up, Boris?
Won't normally do this during a show, but
yeah, we're having fun.
That's cool. Yeah, but they should just make him. Use that character, the NXT character that he had. Bring it here.
Yeah, no, I thought he was super talented, and he is super talented.
Yes, he is.
And that's what I said when they first made this thing work. Just because I feel like he's flip flopped a lot or getting pushed around. Because like I know when Punk left, he was supposed to be in that thing where it was going to be like the Firm or whatever. But I think he's very, very talented, and I do think FTR has talent in them if they just stay off Twitter and stop trying to do that whole gimmick. Yeah, there's a lot of talent
Just
here.
Think of during this match if Stokely pulled a leg up or hit the guy in the back of the head or something. They do it. They do it. Yeah, they do it once in a while, but it's comedy when they do it. That's the problem.
Right. Yeah. No, there's certain times where, and I'm a big fan of comedy in the right times, but there's certain times where it's not. Now, the segment I did like, surprisingly, was this one, the Don Callis.
My favorite segment, my favorite part of the night.
I think mine too, honestly. And I was expecting, what was it, 2 weeks ago with the whole birthday thing. And I was just like, most of the stuff that Callis does, I'll say it. There's usually an element where you're like, oh, this could have been good, or this was decent and then went too far. But I actually really like this one. They brought the whole family out. Well, not the whole family. They left room for Takeshita to be out because he had travel issues, they were saying. But Kyle Fletcher got on the mic. Don Callis,
very funny, by the way. Very funny.
Yeah, and the painting. I mean, just Don Callis and the homoerotic paintings is just quite funny. They really are. They're stupid, but they make me laugh. And it's a good little gimmick.
I always have that little moment of twitching when I see that shit because, Callis doesn't exactly have the cleanest record in the
That is true. That's a valid
allegedly.
point.
Allegedly.
Yeah, that's it. Allegedly. That is what we've heard. It's fun. They are funny in that sense. And I just like how he gives himself like a 8-pack and the way he does it. But the whole point was to have Takeshita interrupt it. And then Callis try to have Takeshita and Okada shake hands. And they're not going to, but it seems that that Takeshita was going to say no, but he sticks his hand out and gets the middle finger from Okada I assume this is going to happen at Full Gear.
I would assume.
Right? I would like them to hold off on it and drag it out longer, but I felt like this was AEW being AEW, and we're going all in, which is fine. I want to see this match. I do.
They did a real nice job with the pull apart too, I thought.
Yeah, with everybody getting involved.
Yeah, everybody tried to pull him. Yeah, it was pretty good. Except for one dude. The dude with the mask looked very phony to me, but everyone else did well. I was impressed.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see what happens with Takeshita afterwards. I would assume he's going to win the feud and break away as a baby face. I'm not sure if that's if he can cut a promo.
That would mean he'd have 2 belts, right?
I'm not sure if they have to do it for the belt. I'm wondering if they do it if it's belt for belt. Yes, I'm wondering if they might just do it for Takeshita's world title, and then I don't know.
If they do belt for belt, they'll have to do it in New Japan. Maybe because that's the new belt. They're not going to put that up on an AEW show. No way.
That's a good point. That is a good point. I don't know. They haven't said. Obviously, they haven't said yet. Now, speaking of people that needing a vacation, Okada's been there pretty much since he showed up, and I know say what they want about his work rate, but again, being there and putting in the matches, that maybe he could lose and take it a vacation. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
It's interesting.
I don't know where this. Now I got myself thinking about what's going to go on here. So I just realized
worked yourself into a shoot, brother.
Yeah, it just clicked into my brain that he's got the New Japan belt, so they're not going to want to do a match for that belt on AEW. There's no way. I wouldn't think.
I would not think unless there's something where they're going to do. Yeah, they wouldn't. Yeah, yeah. No.
What belt does Okada have? The international,
the unified. It was the international one and the continental one, and they made it the unified.
I don't know.
Yeah, I almost wonder if you maybe do a don't for belts and it's just for a pride thing. Like that, maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
They won't do that. Tony can't do that.
Yes.
That won't happen.
That's a good point. They won't. He can't.
Technically, you would be right only on this premise. If they do the first best of 3, they do the first match for no belts, just for pride. There's a DQ or something, shit like that, whatever.
So, okay.
And then you can build it up.
So hey, hang on. You figured it out. They do have a New Japan thing in early January.
Yeah, it's their big show. Yeah.
Right. So do that. So there you go. So then you have it to where you're right. Let's have the match at Full Gear, and there's a non-finish, some sort of schmaz and crap, and then the rematch in Japan. Boom, done. There it is. Solved the problem. Boom. Hire us, Tony. Pay me some money.
Yeah, I it could be great, but I just don't know if it's going to go that way.
No, I don't either. I don't know if it either. I just feel like if you wanted to get it to that direction, you could do it
Tanahashi's smart, so maybe he would do that. Tanahashi's pretty smart guy.
Right, and if there's people he's going to trust, it is Takeshita and Okada. It's not like Okada left under bad terms. It was one of those things right? Tanahashi, again, you said it. He's a smart man. He saw the bag that Okada was getting. You can't say no to that bag, especially like, I'm gonna go work air quotes for Tony. No, I would.
I'm adding another layer to this, by the way. I would think definitely would happen in New Japan because they're lacking and they have no stars in New Japan right now. 0.
Right.
Oh, besides
that's why I was surprised.
Guy, whatever his name is, I forgot his name already.
Zack Sabre Jr.
That's him.
Yeah, that's
their top draw. So these two guys
to beat him.
Imagine these two guys rolling in.
Right. And especially too with Okada can have that nostalgia feeling for the people over there. I think that's what happens actually. I'm not sure what happens at the I'm sure they'll have a match to pay-per-view, but I would see that just ends in some sort of schmaz, some sort of DQ, some sort of something. And then I don't know if they have something at World's End or if they just push it to them. But yeah, I would have that match. Whatever outcome they're going to book, have it book in Japan. That would at least, I would 2 birds, 1 stone. Are they still doing it as 2 shows this year coming up, or do they realize like maybe we should just do 1 big show?
I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know New Japan's schedule that well.
I don't either. I don't. We should ask Marie Shadow. She's the one. She's my New Japan person. That's for sure. And then. So it was that the next thing was the rematch that nobody really wanted. I wasn't really sure.
Was there a call for this?
I mean, the only thing I can think of is because they wanted to have the finish go the way it did and then get to what they got to. But I'm not sure. You know what I mean? Like, because they had this where Mox comes out and tries to be Billy Badass, but gets his ass kicked. And then instead of him attacking the referee, Marina does it. So was that what they were trying to do? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure.
At least Arbor got knocked out, so I was happy.
Somebody call PETA. Somebody call PETA. Sorry.
Did it look when you watched this? Did it look like Moxie broke his nose, or was it just me?
I don't know if he broke it because he was.
No, I didn't. I'm asking you.
No, I thought I didn't see how he got the juice because honestly, like this match, I was literally just waiting for it to get to the end because it was the match. But when the way they said or the way not Shivani Excalibur was like, oh, Moxley's bleeding. I just assumed he bladed. I didn't even look.
The way it looked to me when it first happened, like it looked like his nose was off.
Well, I mean, Kyle's stiff in the ring, so I wouldn't be surprised if someone's gonna bust a nose. I'm sure Kyle O'Reilly
because Moxley was doing his thing where Aubrey came over, put the gloves on, and was checking on him, and he was doing that, leave me alone, I'm hulking up thing that he does. With his head low. I thought he busted his nose, but obviously I saw something nobody else did.
No, I am not sure, but I wouldn't put it past. Like I said, if anybody was going to bust a nose, it'd be Kyle O'Reilly. But I mean, it was a fine match for what it was in points that I watched. But like I said, you knew it was going to come to the end of it because also I saw AEW Mole posted recently that, Blood and Guts was 2 weeks away. And it's like, do they have Blood and Guts matches booked? And then, and then where this match ends and, goes to a schmoz at the end and everybody comes running out to, they're beating up on Kyle O'Reilly and then Roderick Strong runs out and the Death Riders run out and then the conglomeration runs out. Also, Orange Cassidy can give a Blood and Guts. I guess that was their new William Regal. I don't know.
These are two of the teams for Blood and Guts that I would never, ever want to see do this. Because,
yeah, I get you. I feel like we knew.
I'm trying to put in the words.
Yeah. No, I feel like we knew it was going to be Moxley. Like,
that's what I was figuring. I'd rather see him.
Well, he's in it.
This team has no interest to me.
Well,
I want to see Orange Cassidy gushing blood. Do you?
No. Well, gushing blood.
No, I'm kidding. Even if you don't like the character, you don't.
No,
He's just a joke. He's a joke character, but you don't want to see him cutting himself. Jesus.
Yeah, no. And then is he gonna jump off of the roof with his hands in his pockets? Please don't do that. Please don't die. Please don't die. But I mean, it makes a lot of sense because you've got. What is it? These three, Darby and probably Ishii. Is he the other one that's going to be in it versus the Death Riders? So
they had them all up there, didn't they? Didn't they have the team up there?
I mean, aren't there more people in the conglomeration? Well, no, because what's his name is hurt.
Well, it's either 4-on-4 or 5-on-5, depending on how many people.
I think it's 5-on-5 because you've got Moxley, Claudio, Squealer, Daniel Garcia, and Pac. There's 5 versus O'Reilly, Darby, Orange Cassidy, Mark Briscoe, and then either Ishii or probably Roderick Strong. Actually, I think Roderick.
So
Strong
why not have the Death Riders against Young Bucks, FTR, and throw in somebody else instead of this?
Because they don't want to have the Young Bucks on it. Be baby faces. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I would take that because they're more
because this is where this feud has been, and they really wanted to heat it up by having Mox versus O'Reilly twice. I don't know. You're trying to have me get into the mind of a billionaire, and I don't have that much money.
I'm working at it.
We're trying. We're working on it. I don't know. I don't. I was surprised. Well, I wasn't surprised because where else could it have gone, especially with everybody out there? And again, Blood and Guts being 2 weeks away, but it was just kind of like, okay. I don't know. Also, the commercial break before this or after this, one of the two there was at least two of them that had Cena on them because he's on their Wipeout show on TBS. That always makes me laugh.
Do you like that show?
I mean, it's okay. Anytime I watch it, all I ever wish is that it was MXC from back in the day. On
the first 2 years of the show were hilarious.
That just like MXC, where they had my Maximum Extreme Challenge. Yeah, yeah. I mean, people injuring themselves is always gonna be funny. I mean, that's how the whole basis of America's Funniest Home Videos. And
is that show based off a Japanese show?
Yeah, MX. Well, we called it MXC, Most Extreme Elimination Challenge, but what it is Takeshi's Castle. I think it's from like the late 80s, early 90s is the film they had on it. But Spike TV used to run it after Raw, where they would just dub over it with American joke stuff. But yeah, no, the jokes were American and made up, but the pain was real. No, that's one of my
Japanese
favorite
people love that shit, man,
dude. And like that, the stuff that we saw them doing, that like from the early 90s was extreme to us. And they've only evolved since. Yeah, those clips are, which is why I understand why. What was it? Was it FMW worked over there? You know?
Yeah,
that's why that stuff works. Where you're gonna be wrestling on an island surrounded by barbed wire and electricity. What?
Yeah, I was tiring myself out at this point in the show.
Yeah, this is why I watch it on HBO Max afterward, because I'm all I started a little bit later my time, so I can piece my way through it. We then had Mercedes and Chris Statlander get into a little fight on the way down to the ring, and then Statlander's people come and try to save her. All of it so they can say that Athena and Mercedes are teaming up for the.
Yeah, what's the deal here? What's going on?
The women's tag tournament is this.
No, with Mercedes and Amber Moon.
Mercedes and Statlander are wrestling at full gear. No, but I'm pretty sure. For the title.
Mercedes and
Athena. They are a team.
They're a
in
tag
the tag
team
tournament. Yes.
So what's going on there? I mean, why? Why do you think? What do you think we're going with here? I'm curious.
I'm trying to come up with something. Even I'm trying to think of either a good answer or a funny answer, and I got nothing.
I think they were trying to figure out a place for Athena, because people know her as the reigning ROH champ for friggin' 9,000 days now, and we never see her on TV. Yeah, so I'm guessing her to team her with Mercedes and hope for the best.
I don't know. I really,
because they're going to win the tournament.
I would think the moment you enter Mercedes into it, unless Athena loses it, hang on. So unless they lose because Athena gets pinned and then Mercedes gets mad and then takes her belt because she didn't take it before, I could see that maybe. I don't.
But Athena asked Mercedes to be her partner.
Correct.
Not the other way around.
Correct. And maybe to keep her away, so she stays away from my belt. But then if Athena loses in the tournament, then it's your fault we lost. I'm coming after your belt. I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't understand it last week after the cake, and Mercedes was in the back with Alicia Tout and bitching about it, and then Athena comes up and is like, "We're gonna team up." Why? Yeah. I didn't get that then.
Okay, so I'm semi intrigued here.
Sure, I just don't get it.
I want to see what happens.
Well, we're watching it now. So
I know, but if I were a new person popping in and I saw this, I'd be interested in that.
Yeah, I mean, Athena's a good wrestler, and I don't know. All of the Mercedes stuff I don't really understand. Hasn't really worked for me. So we'll see. And the next part that was the surprise, I guess, was that they had the women's tag match with Jamie Hayter and Queen Aminata versus the Sisters of Sin, who they had picked to win. Who the whole point was that Jamie and Queen Aminata won the match last week and picked them to wrestle because it was supposed to be the easy win, and they lost.
Julia Hart really needs to eat a steak. I think she's a very attractive woman, but she's way too thin, dude.
Cheeseburger and milkshakes, especially in this business. I'm not saying you got to gain a ton, but you got to get some mass on there because you're landing on it. Like if you don't have any like muscle or anything to pretend that your bones will eventually break down in this business.
Yeah, her partner is Sky Blue, right? Sky Blue.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And they're the sisters.
Remember when Sky Blue first came in?
Yes.
AEW, she was a larger girl.
Yep.
Let's say that. And now she looks perfect. She's in great shape, and she lost about probably 20 20 pounds or so. And
Yeah.
now Julia is just
Julia needs to find that. She needs to
Yes.
find it. Yeah. You're right. Sky lost it. Julia needs to find it, and then yeah, you're right. I'm just thinking of it for the safety of this business. Like, that is not.
Yeah, her waist is like there's nothing there.
Yeah, no, and like on her legs and like her
There's
side,
a reason
like,
why
I
she's
think there
wearing
was
there's a
ribs.
reason why she wears long wrestling gear.
Right.
There's a reason for it. So you determine what you think I'm saying, but
yeah, but I mean, like, you can see her ribs. That's if she lands on them, that's going to hurt. And I meant to point this out last week, but I forgot, honestly, because there was other things that I noticed last week when Penelope Ford did her little moonsault to the outside. She came up clutching her arm badly. Like, she came up immediately. She finished the match, obviously, but you could tell. And then I thought maybe like her arm popped in and out of place really quick and she's going to be okay, but she tore one of the ligaments in either her shoulder. I think it was her elbow, one of her elbow ligaments, which was, that's brutal. That sucks.
This was also the first time in it we saw Tony Schiavone in this getup.
The phantom of the microphone.
The one, whatever.
Yeah,
I just got done watching the bunch of Halloween Havocs that WWE's putting on their show on their network. So I've seen all these costumes over the past like day and a half, and I've seen Schiavone dressed up, so he could have done a little better job in this. But I know why they did it though.
Right? No, clear, and that did work, and I'll put that over in a bit. But then what was funny was that he cuts to Megan and what are you going to do? And she says, somebody needs the team with me. We'll make history. And Marina Shafir. And I like Megan Bain. I think she's very talented. I think she needs somebody with her who is more experienced and more talented. But I don't know. Moxie's face kind of says it all to me in this one.
I'm trying to figure out if
I agree, Boris. I agree.
I'm trying to figure out if Megan Bain is friends with Lyra Valkyria.
The bird lady and the eagle. No, I can see it. I agree, Tanisha. I agree with D on this. I think Jamie Hayter's literally just being booked into oblivion because she said nice things about Punk.
They would just keep maybe.
Maybe. I mean, with the women's division, how people get hurt. I don't know.
She's one of the ones. She looks like she's having a good time. She actually looks like she's enjoying herself out there. That's one thing. That's what I like about her the most.
Yeah,
I don't like what she's doing, but
yeah, no, that's fair. I think she's a talented lady, though. This one was just we'll see what happens in the tag tournament.
Look at Moxley's nose. No, he cut himself above the eye.
It's above the eye.
Okay.
Yeah, and honestly, when I saw this, I didn't think he bladed anymore. I just think he hit his face.
Got cut.
Yeah, right. It's a hard way because there's not a lot of blood. Yeah, and we've seen Moxley blade himself. If he's gonna blade, he's gonna do it on camera.
Those two are gonna be partners.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she's.
I wasn't sure at first because I thought they were setting up a match against each other.
No.
And then I realized what I was getting myself in for, and I couldn't help but think to myself, "You don't know me."
Yeah, every time. No, I was the moment she put the moment the microphone was in front of Marina. You don't know me. All I ever think of with that too is Bobby Hill. It's just, I don't know you. That's my purse. Nice. Every time, can't help it. But no, Megan Bain said, who's gonna pick me and become a legend or make history or something, and then Marina approached. And I'll give Mox credit here. He was funny in this moment where he looks back and forth, gives a little goofy face, and goes, "Huh. You two together? Oh, y'all in trouble." It just shouldn't be.
Pick a character.
Shouldn't have been him in that moment where he's supposed to be this badass character. I don't know.
If he was established as a semi-serious badass comedy person, then it'd be fine. But he's established himself as a badass and
and away from everything. Like they come from the outside of the ring. They're that was the only reason why it didn't work for me within that sense. But it was funny.
I'd like to see him do more of that. I'd like to see him do more of this actually.
Because you got to, especially once they get away from the Death Riders, and clearly Mox isn't going to go away. So, so this match, I mean, when they announced it, it's like, okay, so who's winning, Bobby or Joe? That's what you kind of figured with it. But I was excited to see it. I mean, at least with Bobby and Joe in there, you've got two great talents. Ricochet with the right people, he knows what he's doing, and Hook, he's going to be led by veterans. So I was excited for this in that sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can see what you're thinking.
Favorite, but no, I just knew it wasn't going to be as shitty as some others.
However, as this match I noticed this right off the bat. It looked like the timing was off from the beginning, and they were standing around waiting for each other a lot. And that proceeded throughout the whole match. The whole match was thrown off timing wise. I think it was just noticeable to me because they're waiting for the next move. Like Joe for a big dude, he gets around the ring pretty quick, and that wasn't happening. Like it was weird. It was just like they're waiting for stuff to happen. That's what I didn't like.
Yeah, and I feel like that happens a lot of times with 4-way matches or triple threats, especially with 4-ways though, because it's kind of I get you. It's one of those things that both companies do it. Some matches are just more egregious than others, depending on who it is, because we've seen plenty of them in both companies with it. That's why I'm not the biggest fan of 4-way. I get why they're doing it, especially with having a pay-per-view every 3 to 5 weeks. You kind of don't have a choice, but like, whoever wins the match is it gets the title match.
And what they're doing also, I noticed was real quick was they're not having guys sit outside the ring and just sit there like they normally would. Remember, they would do that a lot in 4-ways. This match wasn't that. There wasn't a lot of sitting around outside and 2 guys in the ring all the time. There was always 3 or 4 guys in the ring throughout most of this.
Yeah, especially too, they would like beat up one guy and toss him out, like Ricochet got like suplexed by Hook, and then Lashley, and Ricochet's out. But Lashley had just been out from taking something from Joe, and then Joe comes back in. Yeah, no, this was like, you knew at least with Joe and Bobby in there, A, both are very professional, and B, who the fuck's gonna say no to either of them? You know,
that slam that Bobby Lashley put on Ricochet was wild. Wow, he slammed his ass into the. Oof.
Yeah, no. Especially that point with Hook going for it, and then Bobby's a beast. Bobby, like everybody says, Brock Lesnar's not normal, not human. Neither is Bobby. Bobby's Bobby's what, like 50, and he looks like
I
this.
think so, yeah.
I think,
maybe too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm like, he's in his 50s, and you wouldn't know it. I mean, he looks. Aside from the headband, he looks the same that he did back in the.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yes,
he does.
Yeah, and I mean, that's again, like, that's good for. Like I say with Hook, he's got all the potential in the world, but you got to have him working with the right people and doing the right type of things. And
yeah, he was the lone one that I wasn't too convinced on this one with.
Right,
he was noticeably.
And to their credit, where I'll give them credit, is that the way I took this match when I was going into, because like I said, when you saw the match start, it's like, all right, who's gonna win, Bobby or Joe? And last week, Hook cut a promo, or maybe it was this week. The Hook cut the promo where he's like, "I'm coming after you, Joe." I thought Joe wasn't gonna win this match because of Hook. You know what I mean? Like, Joe would have had it, but Hook just made it. Took him away, or they were chasing after him or whatever. So I was surprised when Joe won. I'm especially surprised because, like, if you have him lose clean to Hangman again, it kind of buries Joe, and I don't want to see that. So I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
but
this is a weird decision.
Yeah, I was surprised by that. I very much was, just because, again, I don't see them taking the belt off of Hangman. Maybe Hobbs will turn on Joe. I don't know. I really don't know. They
really haven't established that though.
Yeah, no, because then they've got 4 or 5 different costume people come running out.
See, but here's the thing leading up to all this stuff. The whole match was slow timed and awkward, and then Joe gets his hand raised, as we see.
Yep.
And then there's just awkward pause of time before these.
Well, like,
Shivani dolls come in.
Yeah, Shivani comes in with this mask, and he's like, "We're gonna
do
the contract
weird stuff
signing."
happening.
Yeah.
What was the of what?
I don't understand what any of that was, and like, all of it was so that you thought Hangman was in the marshmallow costume,
which is a good callback. We'll give you credit,
but they didn't. But you're right, like, that part of it was good, but just like most things in this company, you have a decent idea. They don't get anything else around it. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't have, they don't paint the picture well enough around it. So it all kind of goes to shit. Cause who were these people coming out? What was going on with it? Like, it didn't really make any sense.
Yeah. None of this, like I'm saying it for the third time, none of this flowed.
Yeah.
None of it.
They beat this, and like, They didn't even like have like a big reveal that it wasn't Hangman. They just beat him up and they took him off. They're like, oh, not Hangman. All right, well,
Joe killed him.
Let's grab a bucket of Michelob Ultras. Okay.
But this was also now this is Shivani's already interviewed him.
Yep.
At this point.
And yeah.
And
you think he's outside the ring. I went back and watched it. Once you know what's happened, I saw where the switch was.
It's just weird though. Again, I'm going to say it for the fourth time.
Keep saying it's the truth.
None of this was smooth.
Yeah.
Everything was just
clunky.
It would come to a stop. And then Joe looks at his beer because he's waiting for something to happen. He's waiting for, Hangman to come in and change his whatever.
But he's actually waiting for Shivani to start talking.
Yeah, everything.
And I didn't know that.
Everything was waiting. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was just weird.
No, I always thought that. Yeah, I didn't know what the hell was going on here at this point. And then Shivani starts talking and like saying weird, like pumping up the pay-per-view, but still have Dynamite next week, but whatever. Pumping up the pay-per-view. And then it looks like he gets in the ring and grabs a beer, but then you can see when he's putting the mic to his mouth that his timing is off with it. Like he's not saying it's like a Godzilla movie. And then it's Hangman and dressed as Shivani in the
Not
mask.
bad.
No, it wasn't.
Bad.
Also, shout out to the guy with the James Hell Brooks sign. That's great. That's a classic Simpsons Treehouse of Horror reference. I got that. Well played, sir, to you. But yeah, no, I mean, this was good in that sense of it. And then, Joe has the realization that it's Hangman, and then he hits him with the beer bottle that I don't remember it shattering. I feel like they added that into this picture from AEW, but maybe shattered.
I don't remember.
I don't quite remember because I was surprised by it because I didn't quite watching it live. I didn't put together what was happening. Of course, I wasn't looking at Tony in the ring. I did laugh. I'm like, why is Shivani grabbing a beer?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. You got your number one babyface who holds the title.
Yep.
Does a total heel maneuver, dresses up as somebody in costume, and takes out the heel. That's not how a babyface is supposed to work. I don't think.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot
first
of
thing.
things.
First thing I yelled at the TV was, "He's a babyface. You don't do that."
But he did say he was going to come back for Joe and make his life a living hell, which again doesn't do that.
Babyface maneuver.
Exactly. No, yeah, I don't quite. Yeah, I don't have answers for a lot of.
So what did Joe do to him where he had to get revenge?
He attacked him after the match at the pay-per-view.
Did he beat him down? Did he make him bloody?
Yeah, I don't know if he made him. Did he make him bloody? I know he kicked his ass after the pay-per-view, put him in the chair. Like, that was when Joe officially turned heel.
Okay, so now you made him look like a pussy heel.
Right, yeah, and he did that after Hangman had beat him clean. So
right.
Yeah, and that's why I'm scared of this, that Joe's just gonna lose again at Full Gear. Because if Hangman loses at Full Gear, well, what the fuck with him? Yeah, this match doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I don't get it. I was thinking maybe it could be Lash. I don't know.
I thought it was gonna be Lashley.
Yeah, no, Lashley was my pick, and Denisha was the same. Yeah,
you could put Lashley as a challenger to Paige, and maybe Paige could beat him, but I would take Lashley as champ.
Oh, for sure. No, I've been saying for 6 months.
Then have Joe and Lashley go at it.
I thought it should have been Joe or Lashley who beat Mox in the first damn place and just took the belt and were like, no, I'm the champion. But I don't know. Because at least if it was Lashley, you could maybe have it something to where in the pay-per-view match, Bishop Khan comes out and does something, and when the ref's distracted by Ricochet, and that's why Lashley loses, and then he goes off and they have a one-on-one feud. Something with it. I just don't know what you're going to do.
Or you have Lashley come out and pull a Wardlow on MJF, give him 6-7 body slams, just pin him.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
No, I would do that. I would like to see that. Lashley comes out in a match with Paige and just slams him 6 times.
Absolutely. But then I mean,
Paige go away for a little while and rethink things. Was I a good champ? I'm doubting myself. That sort of thing.
I mean, he is better in that run. He's not. Yeah, he's better. Again, it's a lot similar to Cody or most baby faces. The money's in the chase. Once he's got the belt, who cares? And I mean, that's pretty evident with these shows. They haven't. What have they really done since All Out? That's been great in this division with this. It's kind of like, all right, whatever.
Yeah,
I mean,
what they've done is they just have a well-established heel that was just turned full heel on the last pay-per-view.
Yep.
And now he gets outmaneuvered and outsmarted by a
2
heel
weeks
maneuver.
later. Yeah, 2 weeks later.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I wasn't really. I mean, I don't know why last week that they. I mean, I don't know why they still have the 6-man titles in general. Like I feel like they. I
don't know.
Hobbs and Joe make sense together. Shibata with them, not so much. And then I don't really understand what's going on with this specific feud here. I mean, sure, I'm terrified in the pay-per-view. Like, what are they gonna do in that match? Because they're not gonna have Joe win. And you can't have Joe lose clean again. And I feel like that's what's gonna happen. And Joe's not gonna care because Joe's just collecting his paycheck, trying to help where he can, right off into the sunset and go.
Yeah, but this starts to affect your worth to other people. Like you remember, I agree. MJF being the top thing I could think of at the top of my head. MJF was like, a couple years back, like WWE should grab him $8 million a year, whatever. Now he's what, $500 a month. Fuck.
Well, and remember too, back then he was wrestling like once a month or like once every 2 months on the Dynamite. It was pretty much just the pay-per-views. That whole Adam Cole brochacho business just ruined MJF because then he started wrestling every week. And
man, people think you're a joke. They take
for a very small period of time. What was that?
People think you're a joke.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's
the problem.
The kangaroo kick, like, yeah, people loved it, but maybe as a heel, you shouldn't be having them. Like, I don't know.
So I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think what the possibilities are here. Does Samoa Joe actually win? And if he does win, what does that bring to AEW?
God, I hope so. But what's that? I mean, not that I care because I don't.
I'm trying to use logical thinking.
I'm with you. No. And my devil's advocate to that is like, okay, that's great for Joe, and that's what I think should happen 1,000%. But in AEW's mind and in Tony's mind, what's that do to Hangman? Now, what it should do is what you said: have him go away for a little bit, get sad, and like try to figure it out. Maybe come back in January after they're back, or January or February after they're back from Japan. You know what I mean? Take the holidays off.
You don't even got to go that far if you don't want to. Now Joe beat him for the belt. Now they're 1-1. So now Page is doubting himself. He has to go have some deep thoughts till the next however long you want to do, it's fine. But they're 1-1. So when he comes back with the attitude, well, we're 1-1. Now let's see who the real man is. Sorry,
I almost ruined your flow there, and I didn't. When you're like deep thoughts, I was like by Jack Handy.
It works. I would have took it.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to throw you off because I knew you would have got the joke. You would have got that exactly. Not everybody. There's plenty in the audience that doesn't get the 90s Saturday Night Live jokes, but that's like my wheelhouse of Saturday Night Live. Yeah, I mean, I just don't know what they could do with it. Because if you what you just laid out is the only thing that would really make sense because it doesn't completely kill Hangman and he can come back.
Doesn't kill anybody.
Just beat Joe, you kill Joe. No, I'm with you.
You bomb him.
Right. And that's what I'm afraid of. That's where I'm scared. You know what I mean? Like, what are they going to do? Because I love Samoa Joe.
I'm going to say something on there that I'd say, I don't think Tony's that stupid. There's no way he can have Samoa Joe lose twice to the same dude on pay-per-view both times. No way. I just hope you're right. God, I hope so. I just really, really hope so because I'm scared. You're right. I think Tony listens to this show.
I hope so. If he does, wait, hang on.
It makes sense to have him. It makes sense to have him at 1 win apiece. And then take some time for Page to regain himself. He's questioning if he can actually beat Joe again and have that storyline run through a couple, 3-4 weeks, then have the match. Then you can have either one win. I don't care.
Right. No, well, I was thinking of their pay-per-view schedule. They've got World's End, I know, at the end of January, and then not that long after they do the thing that they do in Japan. I was thinking like if Page loses and then he can come back after they're done with Japan and then win it back at their January pay-per-view, because I feel like December might be too soon. Plus, Hangman's got a young family. Go be with the family on the holidays. It's fine. But you're right. No, it would make sense. I mean, I feel like with AEW, they'll probably, if they were going to do it, he would come back and like Hangman would win the title back at World's End before
That's
the
fine.
end of the year, which is fine. Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. That would work. That would work better.
I just can't. I don't think he's. I'm trying to think of my head. I don't think he's had one of their main stars ever lose twice on pay-per-view
in a row like that. I don't know.
This would be back to there's no I don't see it. I just don't see Tony doing it. I can't.
God, I hope not. No, I don't know. I get scared because I've seen him do a lot of dumb shit, but you're right. But I know that Hangman's like one of his, founding fathers and one of his boys, but he also understands how important Joe is and has from the beginning about Joe. When he brought Joe in initially, it was free,
Yeah. Huh.
Old head gets it. Yeah. No, I'm with you. I don't know. I get scared with it though. I get very scared, like, because I could see him doing it because he wants to put Hangman, because there are people who say like Hangman is their Stone Cold or Rock or whatever they want to make the comparison to, which is dumb. They shouldn't make the comparison. He shouldn't be the next anything. He should be the first Hangman Page.
Yeah. Sprockets, time to dance.
Sprockets.
There. I pay attention to.
It's like, what is it? Sucker, Hooligan, Weekly. Oh man, I always loved that show. It's gone downhill. Although some episodes can still be funny, but no, I always So
when's their next pay-per-view coming up? When is it?
Full Gear. It's in 3 weeks?
3 weeks?
Let's see. Let me get here. Let's Google this. AEW.
I'm curious as to when this actually falls.
Right?
Is it a Saturday or a Sunday being the key?
It is November 22nd, which is a Saturday. Oh, this is the one from Newark, New Jersey. This is the one that Big Boom AJ is booked on the pre-show.
They're at the Prudential Center too, right?
Yes, they are.
Yes. This is gonna look bad, dude.
Right, because that's where that's
where the Devils play.
The Devils play, right? I was gonna say the Nets, and I'm like, that's not the answer. They moved to Brooklyn. I knew New Jersey had another. Yeah, it's the Devils.
Interesting.
Yeah, and the only matches announced so far for the big show are the men's title match, the women's title match, and then the tag title match.
Oh, I wanted to let you know they have a Dynamite coming to Erie, Pennsylvania, and they have 900 tickets sold.
Oh no!
Now Erie, I'm from Buffalo, so Erie was about an hour down south. Erie's a small town in Pennsylvania. Okay,
right?
It's not a very big place, but 900 tickets is a little light.
Yeah, no, I mean that's why I was surprised. Like there's certain times where I'm surprised with where the venues go, but it's also like, where is the venue they could? I mean, because Erie's like what, outside of like
nothing.
Scranton? I was like
Erie.
Scranton, but Scranton's
Scranton's on the other side of the state.
Oh, I was thinking of the east side.
If you take the route, you go Buffalo, go right down to 90, you go right into Erie, Pennsylvania, then you start going around, you go right into Cleveland, you go right through.
Yeah.
I used to go to Erie all the time.
So they have currently distributed 7,300 tickets for
what?
For the Prudential Center in New Jersey.
Prudential. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
Hey, I was thinking they were over
the arena holds 17 grand or whatever.
Oh no, for sure. No, the arena, like, there's the total number of seats on the map is 16,436. Current setup is 8,720.
That's not bad.
No, not at all. I was thinking if they were over 5, that'd be good.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Erie doesn't have a lot of big venues because there is nothing there besides the Erie Otters, and they're the hockey team that I always go down to watch them play. Oh yeah.
I'm looking at it now. The total number of seats is only like 6,800, but it's not even a Dynamite. It's a Collision taping, or just a Collision living, I guess. Yeah, it's AEW Collision, Saturday, November 15th in Erie, Pennsylvania. Just a Collision? Good Lord. Hard pass. No, yeah, I
didn't know D was raised in the Buffalo area.
Oh, no shit. Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, We're creating a nice little universe, a nice little family here. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
And that unfortunately was the end of Dynamite, folks.
It was. I try. Like, see, this is why, like, I've learned myself where I have to watch it after it airs because they do it through HBO Max. You can fast forward through the commercials because there was 2 different times where I had to pause it and take like a hefty break so I could get back, which is where if I was just watching it not to do this review, I would have just quit. I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah, I stick with it, man. I'm there live.
It's more power to you, my friend. More power to you, my friend.
I want to get the full experience.
Yeah, good. If Tony pays me, I would live tweet it and everything. We're here for you, Tony. Give us something. No, oh man. Well, yeah, no, I didn't realize we'd already gone over an hour and 5 minutes. Well, shit, that's perfect.
That's our time.
Yep. Well, everybody, make sure you guys tune into This Is Awful after us. They're going to go on at 11 o'clock Eastern out here on YouTube. I forget what they've got like a breakdown of Tony's, was it the Wrestle Sleaze list? I'm excited for this one. They've been cooking this up for a couple weeks from what I understand. This should be pretty good. And make sure you guys are checking out the SC Maniacs before us. They go on at 7 Eastern. And we slide in right here in the middle for you. So keep your whole Thursday night.
And then Sunday on Spaces, we're going to review Saturday Night Live. Damn it. Saturday night's main event.
That's on me for quoting Saturday Night Live earlier. And if you guys haven't, go into our channel and look at our last episode 35 with Steve Giranelli. It's very similar to our interview with Howard Baum a couple weeks ago, but just another hour-long conversation to 3 guys who just really love wrestling as fans and get into some really in-depth stuff that's just stuff you're not going to hear anywhere else. That's for sure. So
yeah, I got what I'm kind of working on is I've been working on, obviously we got this stuff over here, which is very current. These interviews I'm kind of working on are related to the past, wrestling archive history, that sort of thing. That's what I'm looking at.
Well, and that's what I like.
I got someone in there. I've got someone in the hopper. It's gonna be nice. You might not remember, so
hey, no, I like it. No, that's awesome. No, because it works because it shows our range. We can talk about the most current stuff that aired friggin' yesterday and stuff that aired in 1968. I'm happy to talk about it.
Yeah, it started with Howard Baum, and then Steve Giranelli was next, and we got more.
We got a couple other ones too. There's a couple you're working on, a couple I'm gonna work on. Once we had these ones out as a proof of concept, I felt like because there's a couple people I want to reach out to that, I think we'll enjoy what we do, but will give us a taste by looking into. They know Howard and Steve, so cool. Well, I want to thank everybody for hanging out. This is a really fun stream. I think we got to our highest live watching. I think we had 10 at one point. That's more for us than we've had at one moment. So we appreciate each and every one of you. Anything else you want to hit with us before we get out of here?
Sunday Spaces on X, 8:05 Eastern at AltJakeTakesOn.
Yep, we will review Saturday night's main event, and there's a couple other news things that have dropped, and then they're going to be the Halloween SmackDown tomorrow. We can probably talk about that too. And then I just saw the other news piece about WWE's latest European adventure, so we could talk about that too. They just announced that before we went on. So cool. All right, everybody, we will catch you next time. Peace, everybody. Thanks for hanging out.
We appreciate you making it to the end of the video. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you.
Thank you.